The city's weather is very strange. I was walking near the prison complex and noticed a helicopter landing on the runway. It's really rare to see aircraft in this area. I was just walking normally, man. Suddenly, a uniformed soldier ran towards me. He seemed desperate and shouted like this: "The underground creature is breaking the barriers and it is going to escape." I was in shock. And what's this story about an underground creature? I've never heard of a monster around here. He ran through the gates. So I decided to take advantage of the fact that the entrance was left unlocked to go after him. Now I'll walk very quietly, so no one notices I've invaded the secret base. However, now I'm really in trouble. And the problem is that a soldier was running directly to the gate and slammed the iron gate shut. Now I'm locked in here, and I think it will be impossible to get out of here without being seen. And man, I'm already sneaking in here. But wait, my cell phone starts to vibrate. Who could it be at this hour? Hey Pear, it's Bacon. He sent me a message saying, "Dude, did you see the weather forecast? There's gonna be a big storm today. This weather is definitely going to mess everything up, but with my phone off, because I can't make any noise, I have to move forward slowly." Dude, it looks like there's nothing out here. Now I'm gonna have to move forward in this dark corridor. There's a giant steel grate just ahead. Suddenly, the lights came on. The police officers are standing right there, carefully watching the back of the prison. I can't see anything down here. I think I'm going to need to climb this ladder. I managed to get on the observation platform. Now I can see perfectly what's happening. What a terrifying thing. Look at the size of this creature. It's much bigger than any monster I have ever imagined. Gosh, this beast scares me. But wait, it seems like one of the officers saw me. Wow, he's coming towards me. I'm screwed, dude.
Who are you and what do you think you're doing in a military area?
I'm just a curious tourist, man. I swear I didn't mean any harm. The officer looked at me seriously and gave me two options.
Either you go straight to jail for espionage, or you sign the contract and join the army right now. You know too much to go free.
On second thought, becoming a soldier isn't that bad. It's way better than going to jail, right? So, officer, I want to join the army, and he accepted immediately. The problem is that now I've been drafted, but I have no training. I don't know how their routine works in here.
Stay calm. In everyday life, you learn the rules and help the squad.
Wow, he even gave me a uniform, even an arsenal. Now I'm really prepared. Time has flown by and it's already been a few months since I've been wearing this uniform and working in security at this base. My main mission is to watch over the fence sensors, where the giant worm is locked up. And I've never confessed this to the other soldiers, but I'm terrified of that creature, because that monster makes really horrible sounds. Then I started bringing supply boxes, even to my own house. And everyone started to see me as an exemplary soldier. I even improved several neglected sectors in this old prison. Man, nobody wants to work here. But then the sergeant came towards me. Yes, sir, Dabazi.
I want to do an inspection of the monster, up close.
Dude, I don't think that's a good idea. No way I'm going into that locked wing. This creature has been isolated for years. What if it breaks everything right when it's my turn?
There is an overhead walkway that goes straight to the glass room. Follow me.
Wow, where are we going? I didn't even have the chance to refuse. I just followed his steps. The view from up here is scary. The worm is right below us. The worst has happened. It seems like it noticed us. It was the first time I saw that monster move with such agility. She had never done that. The captain was very surprised. The worm seemed to be very hungry and was moving back and forth with unbelievable momentum. And it made a giant leap upwards. It broke through the grid.
Get ready to run, calling all reinforcements. I repeat, we need reinforcements.
The two of us made our way through the emergency corridor to save our lives. It looks like he's going back to save his allies and he went back inside. However, I warned him to never go back there. It seems he went to the monster's room. And he defeated the general in the blink of an eye. Oh my gosh! And he's coming right towards me now. But the plan failed miserably and I managed to escape out of the military base and he fled in front of my eyes. After a few hours since the attack, I decided to go to Bacon's farm. He stopped working in the garden. And when I got right in front of him, I told him everything that had happened, but Bacon started laughing, thinking it was just one of my lies, and I got really angry with him.
Hey, if a monster that size was on the loose out there, it would already be on the news bulletin.
Bacon proposed a challenge.
If you're lying, you'll have to give me all the pumpkins from your farm.
I agreed immediately. I said I would give all the pumpkins and even my chickens, if I were making it up, of course. At that moment, Bacon's face went pale with fear. He realized that the danger was real. He ran inside his house and locked all the locks. At least now he's well protected and he believed me. I got my car and now I'm heading straight to my house. And now arriving at my house, already at night, I need to rest a bit. Oh gosh, the day was terrible. But first I need to lock my room because I'm really scared that creature might show up. That creature is extremely dangerous and I know the worm can end up tracking anyone. I lay down on my bed to rest a bit, but in the middle of the night, a strange crash started echoing from downstairs. My heart raced. I got up from bed as fast as I could and went to get my self-defense weapon, man. And I went straight to protect myself. And I stood at the top of the stairs waiting to see if anything was going to happen. I'm not crazy enough to go down into the dark, so I shouted into the hallway, "Whoever is there, get out of my property!" However, I had a better idea. I went back to my room, looked at my tablet screen and saw something frightening. The giant worm was in my backyard. She started violently banging her head against the front door. The structure of the entire house shook with each impact. The creature has an enormous head. After a few minutes, the blow stopped and she went around the back. Desperate, I sent a distress message to the military base radio. I needed to find a hiding place urgently before the walls gave in. I crouched in a strategic corner with the gun pointed at the entrance. However, it wasn't a good place yet. If that creature breaks through the barrier, it will be the end of me. It started to force the back entrance. Suddenly the lights went out. Fear took over me. That was when I heard sirens outside. And it seems that the army has finally arrived. Even the tanks have arrived. And with all this artillery coming in, the worm got scared by the noise and hurried down the stairs. It ran to my yard and disappeared into the darkness of the night. I was really lucky that the police showed up at that moment. Ran straight outside and found the sergeant right on the sidewalk. I told him that the monster had escaped through the back. The sergeant looked at the trail of destruction. I asked if he would alert the Brookhaven population and he nodded. That made me even more worried. The army was going to reveal everything on television. About the hungry worm, the lieutenant got on the armored vehicle and asked the troops if they were isolating the area because the situation was out of control. Then the sergeant left and all of this is very bizarre. Then I went straight home. I turned on the TV, the sergeant appeared in the middle of the live broadcast and even the news anchor seemed panicked with an announcement. The warning on the screen was clear.
General alert! A dangerous creature has escaped from confinement. All residents must remain locked in their homes indefinitely.
The whole city found out the secret. So I decided to check if Bacon is safe. And Bacon started coming to my house and I told the guard he was my friend and that it wouldn't be a problem for him to come in. Shortly after, Bacon asked some questions.
But where did this monster with such strange abilities come from?
The sergeant told me that the worm was the result of a secret government experiment that got out of control after becoming very strong. So I started heading towards the market because I needed some supplies and soon stopped my car right in front and ended up meeting an employee.
Tell me what you need and I'll get it from the shelf.
Then the employee went to get the things they needed. Shortly after, a black van with tinted windows parked near me. A man in a white lab coat got out in a hurry and he was a scientist. No, I see.
Are you the soldier who has classified data about the worm experiment?
I said I don't know anything after all. I signed a confidentiality agreement with the army.
We can talk later in my lab.
Shortly after, the scientist started coming towards me and told me to follow him. Then he got into his van and asked me to follow him, thus going to his hideout. We drove for a few minutes. Then we started arriving at his secret base. We entered through a secret underground passage, thus accessing a totally secret room. And then he just looked into my eyes and said that according to the algorithms, the monster would hunt me down tonight. However, I didn't believe him. I took my car and promised the doctor I would never go back there again. And arriving home, I finally reunited with Bacon. However, I got a scare. The Baker completely locked my house. And dude, when we entered the house, he didn't say anything but took me to a room and the Baker pointed with wide eyes.
The problem was not the lock.
I jumped back and saw the silhouette of the monster among the trees. I shouted for us to run. We both quickly left the house. Then the monster invaded my house. However, when I left my house, there were several tanks pointed at my door. Suddenly, the sergeant came out from behind the tank.
Why is this creature specifically chasing?
I do not know, General, but we need to do something urgently. Then we prepared and thus defeated the big monster. The monster then left through the door of my house, but that was the end of him, with all the soldiers shooting. Right then, the monster was defeated and he couldn't withstand the true power of the army. Right then, the reporter came and I told him how we managed to capture the worm, thus saving the city of Brookhaven.